We're about to go on a ferry to the Isle of Wight. We've taken a ferry from Lymington to Yarmouth, and it takes only about 40 minutes to get to the Isle of Wight. The stretch of water is called the Solent, and there's so much happening in these 40 minutes, so time just flies by. The seascapes are simply wonderful, and they are different all the time because of the weather, so no two trips are the same. So here we are, just about to arrive to Yarmouth. Just arrived to the Isle of Wight. This is Yarmouth. It's named after a small river called Yar. This small town is one of the oldest settlements on the entire island. The town has a very cozy atmosphere. There's nothing like a nice stroll on the beach before our journey begins. This is Carisbrooke Castle. It stands in the center of the island. There are certain archaeological finds that suggest that the place was occupied in pre-Roman times. The view on the island is simply magnificent from this point. We're about to see two wonders of the world, Alum Bay and the Needles. Needles is a row of 3 stacks of chalk. They stand 30 meters tall. We've decided to take the chairlift down to the beach. When the chairlift glides down, it really feels very different. It feels like you're flying. We are stuck between two wonders of the world, the Alum Bay right in front of me and the Needles right there. Both of these fantastic sites are changing every year. Erosion claims about half a meter worth of sands from the Alum Bay, and of course I don't know how much, but erosion is still affecting the Needles. That's why these two beautiful sites are changing all the time. These are the colorful sands of Alum Bay. Just look at them. There are all sorts of colors, pink, brown, white. You can actually appreciate it from the sea a lot better than you can up close, because as you come up close and you look at the sand, you can barely tell any difference. You really have to look close, but the further you step away from it, the greater the color mix you can appreciate. The name comes from the 4th pillar, which is also called Lot's wife. We can't see it now because it collapsed during a humongous storm in 1764. Back then there were no photographs, so unfortunately we don't have any visual documentation of the event. There are no cliffs that are shaped as a needle right now, but the name remained. We saw needles from the ground, we saw needles from the sea, and we were compelled to go up that cliff and see the needles from above. As we arrived to the top of the cliff, the weather turned, and it turned very suddenly. The sunshine disappeared, and with every cell of my body I felt the wind was picking up, and it was picking up fast. And just before we went back, we saw these lovely foxes enjoying the view. Isn't someone lucky to live with a view like that? In Russian there is a saying, there is no bad weather in nature, and I can't agree more with this one. Just look at that view. This is the southern coast, and the military road that runs along the coastline offers you so many wonderful spots to enjoy and admire the view. There are many bays, many car parks, many little places where you can pull up, get out of the car and enjoy the view. So if you are a view hunter like myself, this route is the way forward. This behind me is the Pepperpot, one of the oldest lighthouses on the Isle of Wight. It fell into disrepair in 1538, however the remains you see in front of you have been used up until the 17th century. If you let your imagination play a little bit, look at this. Doesn't it remind you of a rocket? To me, it just looks like a fossilized rocket. To me, this is the ultimate beauty spot, and it's called the Chale. It has got so many little nooks, little areas to enjoy the view of the sea and the cliffs. I would certainly recommend anyone visiting this place. This pathway is called the Devil's Chimney. It takes us from the top of the hill all the way down to the lighthouse. And now we have reached Knighton and blindingly white lighthouse right there in the southernmost point of the island. And doesn't it just look amazing? Look at the way that the colors work together, especially on a wonderful sunny day like this. This beautiful village is full of picturesque cottages, but it's famous for a model village that was built in 1952. If you like this piece, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, because your likes mean a world to me. And until next time, bye bye.